The idea of getting out of the office, going into nature, doing something that is probably new for a lot of people doesn't happen all the time.
Fly fishing and leadership, I think, are a really interesting combination because there's so many different things that can happen at any different moment when you're out on the water. You work with different guides, you're out with different people, you have to have different conversations, different approaches, and then you just learn a lot about like what worked, what didn't work.
There's so much I think that we that have been in leadership roles over the past like 4 or 5 years especially have been dealing with. And I think that was so important about this week and in this trip was to get together with other people dealing with the same issues, but hear different views about how they're managing that, how they're leading and succeeding in a really difficult environment.
Every day there's different unique challenges that we face, and just the idea of connecting with other leaders from different places to be able to bounce conversations off of and see what's working for them and what we might be able to implement or try.
And Michael did a really good job of prepping us for intentionality. And so when you're fly fishing, there's so many things going on in your brain. You're excited about the fish and you're trying to make sure your cast is right. You're trying to make sure you're placing it in the right place. Also, as a part of that, you're in this incredibly beautiful landscape. And there's so many, beautiful topography and animals and things going on. And as you're going through that, just really trying to be present in the moment, which I think is, the parallel back to leadership is really difficult. Oftentimes, if you're in a leadership role, you're dealing with a lot of different things. And sometimes you're not present in the moment, dealing with the people that you have to and leading them in the way that they need to be led because you're listening to too many outside things. And so the ability to focus and be present, I think, is a skill that Michael's helped drive into me how much I need to continue to develop it for succeed, both personally and professionally.
Everybody can have a great experience out here catching fish. I think there is enough opportunities for everybody, and people can just try to help each other out, succeed, and to make us a better world.
So sometimes you're on the fish and you're getting bites and you're catching fish, and sometimes you're not, and it's a lull, and that's like life. Sometimes things are going really great, and sometimes there's dips and valleys, and how do you navigate yourself through the valleys, and how do you navigate yourself through the highs, and find a way to be through all of it. That's healthy and awesome and empowering for other people, especially if we're talking about leaders.
So I think there is, good reasons to send others to these kind of trainings, and I hope they can benefit from it. Leaders in general, I think, can really benefit from this combination of some dry and wet training that Michael provides.
You feel like you don't have time, you don't know if you can fit it in your schedule, but then once you do it, you realize how important it is and how much more value you'll get out of things in the days, weeks, and months ahead because of the time I spent here.
Catching leadership has an amazing ability to apply to any type of leader that's out there while still keeping it like really open to everybody and their experience.
And so I've really appreciated and enjoyed getting to know all of the other people who have been on this trip. And when I walk away from here, I feel like these are people that I will stay connected with beyond just these few days. And that's priceless.